Can you believe February is almost over? It's time to take a look at this week's numbers in the Boise area housing market, so be sure to check out this week's segment of Market Watch. Hi everyone, Joshua Barks here, Associate Broker with Keller Williams Realty Boise and the Barks & Co. Real Estate team, coming at you with this week's segment of Market Watch. So we're going to talk about the week over week numbers on what's going on in Ada County's existing housing market on the resale side. And for those of you that are curious about Canyon County, I actually was able to connect with the gal that's putting together those market dynamics, and she promised that she'd have them ready for us on Monday. So next week, since I will be out of town and there is no video for that week, it actually works out perfect because I'll be able to put together that Canyon County market dynamics video for what happened in January of this year in Canyon County. So just wanted to give you a side note on that, and let's dive into these numbers. Inventory levels are, again, still on an increasing trend, which is great, but they are still severely low. Last week we only had 139 active homes on the market. This week we only have 141. So yes, 2 more than what we had this time last week. Good news is week over week, we had 80 new listings hit the market in the last 7 days, whereas the week before we only had 75. So we are still increasing there as well. Can't wait till we get in the hundreds, hopefully here as weather starts warming up and this crazy snowstorm goes away. Pendings are showing that buyer activity is still remaining very strong out there. Last week we had 451 that were pending. This week overall we have 495 that are pending, with our week over week contracts jumping up by almost 20. We have 141 new pendings in the last 7 days, whereas the week prior we had 126. So increasing in demand as well for week over week numbers. And sales, we sold 100 homes in Ada County last week, and this week we had 104 that closed. So still looking good. Things are humming along very well there. Even having only 4 days this week able to close because Monday was President's Day and a holiday, so that's exciting. Interest rates are an interesting thing because they actually jumped for the first time in months. We actually are at 2.81 for the 30-year fixed conventional according to Freddie Mac, which is actually the highest it's been since mid-November. So we hit our lowest low ever in early January at 2.73 or 70, and now we're up almost an entire tenth of a percentage point. So we are likely going to continue to see interest rates come up. They will likely remain in the low 3s by the end of the year. So we're very unlikely to see anything remotely over 4% for at least the next 12 months as far as interest rates go. So still a wonderful time to refinance or buy a new home. And when you're thinking about what's going on in the market and all of the craziness with competition and things, as a buyer, it can be really tricky, but having an agent on your side that knows how to navigate that, knows how to communicate with the other agent, as well as knows how to structure your offer to actually get your offer to be considered, if not even accepted, is incredible. So I'd love to help you with that. And if you're a seller thinking about moving up, now might be a wonderful time for you to consider moving up, because interest rates are likely not going to be this low well into the future. And so you're likely not going to have near as much equity gain from making that move up, trading up from that first home or maybe home that's just a little bit too small for you right now and moving up into something bigger that's a more appropriate fit for your family, because the percentage of what you're actually going to get out of that smaller home and move into a larger home in most situations is likely going to be greater than it has been in the years past, and likely going to be greater than it will be in the coming months or just coming years in the future. So if you have any questions about the numbers this week, just let me know. Or if you want to set up that complimentary consultation to discuss what your situation is with your real estate goals, I would be honored to be interviewed. And my number is 208-914-1095. And I look forward to seeing you next week.